Who is Plato?
Plato, born 428–427 BCE, Athens, Greece, died 348–347, Athens. Ancient Greek philosopher. Student of Socrates c. 470 to the 399th of BCE, teacher of Aristotle 384 to the 322nd of BCE, and founder of the Academy. Best known as the author of philosophical works of unparalleled influence, building on the demonstration by Socrates that those regarded as experts in ethical matters did not have the understanding necessary for a good human life. Plato introduced the idea that their mistakes were due to their not engaging properly with a class of entities he called forms, chief examples of which were justice, beauty, and equality, whereas other thinkers, and Plato himself in certain passages, used the term without any precise technical force. Plato in the course of his career came to devote specialized attention to these entities. As he conceived them, they were accessible not to the senses, but to the mind alone, and they were the most important constituents of reality, underlying the existence of the sensible world, and giving it what intelligibility it has. In metaphysics, Plato envisioned a systematic, rational treatment of the forms, and their interrelations, starting with the most fundamental among them, the good, or the one. In ethics and moral psychology, he developed the view that the good life requires not just a certain kind of knowledge as Socrates had suggested, but also habituation to healthy emotional responses and therefore harmony between the three parts of the soul. According to Plato, reason, spirit, and appetite. His works also contain discussions in aesthetics, political philosophy, theology, cosmology, epistemology, and the philosophy of language. His school fostered research, not just in philosophy narrowly conceived, but in a wide range of endeavors that today would be called mathematical or scientific. And this best quotes from Plato.
Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Every heart sings a song incomplete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. The dead have seen the end of war. The price good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. Do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. The heaviest penalty for declining to rule is to be ruled by someone inferior to yourself.
According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves. I am the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. Never discourage anyone who continually makes progress, no matter how slow. Love is a serious mental disease. One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Ignorance, the root and stem of every evil. If women are expected to do the same work as men, we must teach them the same things. I'm trying to think, don't confuse me with facts. And when one of them meets the other half, the actual half of himself, whether he be a lover of youth or a lover of another sort. The pair are lost in an amazement of love and friendship and intimacy, and one will not be out of the other's sight, as I may say, even for a moment. Those who tell the stories rule society. There is truth in wine and children. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge.